Hari Om. Let's start with the prayer. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pitattvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sakattvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. We are doing the question and answer sessions on Vedanta, and one of the important questions is what's the relation between the object and its attributes. So the question is, every object has attributes, and without the attributes, the object cannot be even defined. And so we said in the chemistry lab, you find out what is the chemical or what is the substance. You first investigate what are its physical properties and then chemical properties, and those properties that can distinguish that chemical from every other chemical, and that's how we can identify. So based on the attributes, chemical properties are nothing but its attributes, which are measured through some chemical processes. The chemical properties have to be measured by how it reacts with something else, and that's how an object is defined. So every object must have attributes for me to know, and the definition of the object is that which has attributes or gunas, and this is an important definition. And that gunas belong to object, and objects belongs to that has gunas. So these are both applies conversely and directly also. Now, what are the attributes? How are the attributes related to an object? That's one. There are several theories on this, and first important relationship can be samyoga sambandha. Sambandha means relationship between the attribute and the locus of attribute, which is we call it an object. So, what is the samyoga sambandha? That is a contact relationship. Like, for example, there are so many pots in the room. I said, go and bring that pot which is on the table. So when he goes and looks, there's only one pot on the table, all other pots are on the floor. So that pot is now qualified by being on the table, and that's called samyoga sambandha, which is also called tatastha lakshanam, incidental qualification. Not that that pot wherever it goes, table also goes. It so happened that table is on the desk. So I can identify the particular one, so it is called samyoga sambandha. And the same applies to you, Brahman, that we'll talk about later, but at least we know the relation between in the samyoga, it's only contact relationship, and most of these contact relationships are called tatastha lakshanam, means incidental qualification, it's not its intrinsic qualification. So that differentiate now what is intrinsic qualification. That's the second aspect of the attributes. So one is samyoga. Then next one is called, the Nayayikas call it samavayi sambandha. It's called technical word, samavayi sambandha. So it is a relationless relationship where it is inherent with the object. So that's what is called samavayi sambandha. And in the samavayi sambandha, because there are a lot of criticisms on the terminology and all that in the Vedantic traditions, in the logic of Vedanta. So how is samavayi sambandha relates to objects and attributes? Samavayi is also another relationship. Then in that case, how is that samavayi related to the object? Then you bring another samavayi, then it becomes a infinite regress. All these criticisms are there, mind-boggling criticisms. But let's say that attributes or belong to that or essentially that which is not samyoga sambandha, contact, but that is inherent to the object. And that is, we call it swabhavika sambandham. It's swabhavam, it's nature, and therefore it belongs to that. So it is not like contact, it is inheres with the object. So what are the things that are in here with the object? For example, a form. A chair has a form. So if anything that looks like a form, hey, it looks like a chair. So from the form is inherent to the object chair, and another form inherent to the table. Table form is different from chair form, and any other carpet form is different from belongs to carpet. So it is a swarupam, its nature, and it is swabhavikam, its nature of that. That we call it a swabhavika sambandha. In the swabhavika, there is another sub-classification. One is called swarupa sambandha. It's inherent with the object. And all swabhavik sambandhas are not really inherent. This goes into swarupam, its intrinsic nature. Without that, it cannot be. With that, it can be. So is a form, part form is inherent or not? Looks like it is inherent, because without the part form, pot cannot be. It may be clay mass, but we don't call it a pot. So, but what exactly is a swarupam? In science, we can differentiate that there is a necessary qualification and necessary and sufficient qualification. We can distinguish. A simple example is sugar. Sugar is sweet. So sweet is a necessary qualification for it to be a sweet. So, but that is necessary. Okay, anything that is sugar has to be sweet. And some may look like sugar, but if not sweet, it's not sugar. But sweetness is not a sufficient qualification. For sufficiency, it's a converse has to be there. That means if it is sweet, it has to be sugar. But we know now there are so many things that are sweet which are not sugar. So it can be equal or what you call, on the market you see Splenda, all sorts of things are there which are not sugar, but they are sweet. So sweetness is not sufficient to define an object, but it is necessary for sugar. So it is a swabhavikam, but it's not really swarupam. Its intrinsic nature is not that. So we can distinguish swarupam as a necessary and sufficient qualification. This only I am making a distinction, although the Vedanta doesn't define that way, but because in the mathematics we know what is necessary and sufficient qualification, and what is a necessary and sufficient qualification for sugar. This is a chemical formula, is a C6H12 or O6 or something like that. So that becomes a necessary and sufficient to define a sugar. But you may have in the isotopes or the different types of same chemical name with the same chemistry but different structures and all that. But so you have to define additional in order to define it. So there is a swabhavikam, and that we are differentiating swarupam, which is necessary and sufficient qualifications that defines an object. With that we stop. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Visishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om.